Once upon a time, 2020 was how we talked about having perfect vision.
But 2020, the year, is the one nobody saw coming.
The last 10 months have brought change on a grand scale.
But there's been beauty in the mix too, returning to what's important.
Home,
Family.
Community. And in the middle of extraordinary upheaval,
There have been positive gains for businesses too.
This year, more than any before it.
we have adapted and become resilient in the face of constant change.
we are still here.
And we remain optimistic.
About what comes next.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to be here together virtually to talk about the future of enterprise software technology. I am excited to share with you some of our innovations and technology investments, which I believe will reshape the enterprise software landscape for the future. To set some context, I'll start by covering the exciting future we see for enterprise technology, our Enterprise 2025 vision. I will then cover a framework that will help us explore and take advantage of tomorrow's technology landscape. We will be joined by some special guests throughout the presentation, and I am excited to unveil some of our latest advertising that features the world's most decorated gymnast, Simone Biles. Before we get into the discussion, I think it's fair that we all start from the same place. We are all feeling incredible pressure to make adjustments and act quickly because of what's happening in the world. The pandemic has shifted, accelerated, and canceled plans for enterprises worldwide. A recent study found that 57% of technology executives had significantly changed their organization's strategic priorities. And 56% said the pandemic has made cloud migration an absolute necessity, for example. Even before our world was turned upside down by the pandemic, we could all feel the quickening pace of change. So we took some time to look at available research, conducted in-depth conversations with our customers and partners, and did some analysis. All of this factored into the formulation of our vision, called Enterprise 2025, and how enterprises from different industry segments will evolve into the future, both in how they operate and, most importantly, on how they use technology. I won't get into a lot of details here, but we'll group them under three major umbrellas that we see reshaping the market in which we operate. The first grouping is attributed to geopolitical factors. It's often said that data is the currency of the 21st century. Data compliance requirements from GDPR to privacy laws around the world are requiring us all to adjust our data processes. Political uncertainty around the world is having an impact in global markets and trade. The rise of micronationals and Uberization of industry is constantly changing the economic landscape. The second major group of trends falls within socioeconomic shifts. The regional and local business push is having an ongoing impact on growth rates of nations and workforce transformation around the world. New ecosystems are driving the localization of markets for goods and services. And our greatest consumer and spending base is now the millennials, whose spending trends and consumption preferences differ vastly from what drove spending in the past. Brand loyalty is an all-time high, and corporate social responsibility and social stewardships are just as important as what you bring to the market. And the third grouping is related to the increasing pace of technology transformation. Omnipresent AI and higher cybersecurity stakes, for example, are just a couple of factors that we need to balance when driving innovation in everything we do. Leaner and largely remote workforces require certain processes to be automated, and enterprises are quickly realizing that. Over 40% of technology executives plan to increase automation and AI investment over the next year. All of this requires our A game to harness every opportunity and stay ahead of potential disruption.
To be flexible, to be swift, to have mastered the game.
To be your absolute best is to be on your A game.
Enterprises on their A game know that to be ready for whatever is to come, their systems, people, and processes need to be ready as well. Instantly adapting to any circumstance and reacting to any change. Anticipating issues and resolving them before they arise. Shifting to people-led but technology-run operations. This is what creates the A game in business. Start training, start winning, and become an autonomous digital enterprise with BMC.
Welcome to the A game.
Given the rate of change in today's world and how it would accelerate further as we move into the future, we must all find solutions that allow us to run with agility to react quickly, ensure customer centricity in every engagement, and leverage data and turn it into actionable insights, all to provide us with the freedom to reinvent our business for the future. That's how you stay on your A game, and it's what we call the autonomous digital enterprise. It's a framework for how organizations put agility, customer centricity, and actionable insights at the heart of how they run their business. We believe that this framework allows businesses to thrive and capitalize on opportunities created by an ever-changing world. An autonomous digital enterprise benefits from these changes and operates at its best instead of getting disrupted. It functions within an innovative ecosystem in sharing economy. It is built with integrated functions that work as continuous and seamless value stream for end-to-end delivery of products and services with full accountability. It is comprised of tech-savvy corporate functions. It leverages IT as the center of excellence for technology across the entire organization. And it has an optimized technology buying and usage to support the business needs quickly and efficiently. But most importantly, what sets an autonomous digital enterprise apart is its use of technology. We have defined 5 key pillars for how an ADE is enabled by technology. First, a transcendent customer experience is about delighting the customer at every touch point of their journey. It means delivering the goods and services through the customer's preferred channel. AI and analytics are used to support immediacy and personalization across the customer experience. Virtual assistants, virtual and augmented reality, as well as service management portals will all play a key role in improving engagement at every customer touchpoint. Automation everywhere is about streamlining the business and running it at scale. It's about hyper-automation of processes and functions for greater efficiency and higher precision. It includes AI ops to automate discovery, monitoring, analysis, and remediation. Service management, together with AI ops, for example, shift from the sole function of IT to proactive remediation of issues and provisioning of requests across the entire organization. Enterprise DevOps streamlines and speeds up the business iterations. It allows for faster response to customer needs and improves the quality of business processes as well as the software that automates them. More than just software development, it also reinvents all aspects of project planning, management, and delivery. Continuous feedback data is incorporated to improve the business outcomes. And the fourth pillar is all about data-driven business. It's about monetizing data as an asset to grow the business. The data from how products and services are consumed is used with AI and machine learning to identify opportunities for business optimization, growth, and even creating new markets. And the last pillar is about an adaptive cybersecurity approach. Addressing an ever-increasing threat landscape requires a sophisticated cybersecurity strategy that is both proactive and pervasive. AI and machine learning and entity behavior analytics are used to identify and mitigate both internal and external threats. Security is embedded into the products and services through application security and DevSecOps. This is a framework that guides our future business architecture and technology investments. It's how we can all be on our A-game, prepared and ready to seize every opportunity for business growth. So how does this autonomous digital enterprise vision come to life? Let me share a few use cases that illustrate how the technology pillars are supported today and how we see them evolving into the future. Take automation everywhere. A great example of a company that embodies this is Navistar International. It's tracking some 20 million pieces of IoT data per day from 350,000 trucks. That's a lot of data to deal with, and it needs to be processed efficiently to improve their fleet utilization. So how does he do it? Through the use of automation and orchestration. Today, data from the fleet is aggregated from multiple telemetry sources using Control-M into a public cloud. It is then brought into Navistar's on-premise data lake, where it's combined with warranty data from SAP and Oracle. Navistar applies machine learning to predict potential failures and notify drivers when an issue is detected. A service is automatically scheduled at the nearest center with available technicians and parts to fix the problem. Sounds simple, but getting the multiple data points into the right system at scale can be complex. Looking ahead, best-in-class orchestration need to be able to orchestrate across business processes, data pipelines, DevOps pipelines, and hybrid infrastructure. Control-M is the enterprise best-in-class orchestrator of orchestrators to help you realize this aspiration and become an ADE. Now, one thing we constantly hear from you is how the complexity of your networks, cloud providers, and data sources continue to grow exponentially. One company that's tackling this challenge is Park Place Technologies. I am pleased to be joined by Chris Adams, their president and CEO, to talk about the company's use of AI ops to better serve its customers.
Park Place is the leading provider of global post-warranty data center maintenance. We've been that for a long time now. And we're evolving to be much more of a digital data center support organization, right? So looking at not just physical assets, but the virtual assets, discovery of the assets, the monitoring of the assets, to give the customer a better 360-degree solution to providing, not just maintenance, but efficient data center operations, right? The customer cares more about uptime and performance than they do about turning wrenches and fixing hard drives. So we've been adapting with the customer. We've got 17,000 customers globally, where we have, I want to say, 58,000 data centers, over 500,000 assets globally in 150 or so countries. So very diverse global support organization. AI and ML in general, to me, provide better customer service, better efficiency, better performance. If you take an example of how this has made it more effective, your dynamic baselining in the monitoring solutions, right? The ability for the system to identify not a static performance output, but a dynamic one where it says on Sunday night at 11 o'clock, my tolerance is very small for issues. But Monday, when everybody's online, I have a much bigger tolerance because there's gonna be a lot of activity. So no need to panic, right? It starts there, but then over time, as we start aggregating all this data, I think right now we're connected to, say, 20-some thousand endpoints, but I'd expect that to grow to hundreds of thousands of endpoints. And those are physical endpoints. And then when I start layering on OS performance and I start looking at capacity, and I'm doing this in a global geography with a very broad array of OEM solutions, right? HP, IBM, EMC, aggregating all that data and then having good AI ops solutions to comb through all that data and understand things about it that it would take people a lot more effort to figure out, I think is the long-term value. We're going to have so much data in the next few years that's unique just to Park Place. I'm pretty excited about, there's going to be I think a pretty nice service offering in there for our customers and OEMs and software companies. We'll be able to tell people things about data center performance that no one else in the world will know or be able to figure out, just given our diversity in the stack of equipment we have and the geographies we have it and the information we're getting back at all levels of performance.
Thanks, Chris. What a great example of how AI ops can help a business succeed. What if we take this further? What if we can use AI and predictive analytics to proactively detect the issue before it becomes an outage? We can then guide or fully automate the remediation. This is where the seamless integration of IT service and operation management with intelligent automation shines. It's called AI Ops-enabled actionability. And today, we have global 100 customers across multiple industry verticals doing it. In an autonomous digital enterprise, security is a must, and it needs to be intelligent to deal with increasingly sophisticated threats. A large bank in Australia uncovered problems in a recent audit. The bank required security controls to ensure access was guarded and that the threat would be immediately visible to their security analysts. With BMC AMI Security as part of their overall security posture, they can now correlate threat data across systems from mainframe to cloud in real time, protecting their assets and their customers. This is just one example, but when it comes to security, we are pushing the boundaries of extended detection and response, or XDR, to automatically detect and remediate threats across hybrid infrastructure. XDR is a critical component of the adaptive cybersecurity in an ADE. These are just a few examples of how the autonomous digital enterprise comes to life today and in the future.
Technology is everything. Ideas are collaborative. IT is everywhere. And people are free to innovate. Your agile, customer-centric, insight-driven company will get there by embracing intelligent, tech-enabled systems to thrive during seismic changes. With BMC, you can apply automation and DevOps across the business. You'll be empowered to deliver a transcendent customer experience that ensures a competitive edge. You'll get the tools to safeguard and future-proof your organization with adaptive cybersecurity. And you'll succeed in growing your business by creating value from a systematic approach to data strategy, architecture, operations, and execution. With BMC, the autonomous digital enterprise is yours. Start the journey now.
To help you bring your autonomous digital enterprise to life, we've been busy updating our product portfolio, expanding our partnerships, and launching new innovations to prepare all of you for future opportunities. In fact, earlier this year, we announced our new BMC Innovation Labs as an incubator to conceive and deliver new products for every ADE. I encourage you to check out our Innovation Lab sessions to hear about some of our new exciting projects and technology investments. And today, I have even more news to share. I am very excited to announce a new ADE technology foundation that is integrated with BMC Helix and has AI at its core. This foundation brings the 5 ADE pillars to life, delivering a unified experience across the Helix products. We are integrating IT service and operation management, adding intelligent automation for proactive resolution. We are creating an immersive customer experience with industry award-winning AI chatbot and digital assistant. We're adding a persistence layer with common data across SecOps, IT Ops, ITSM, and beyond. And with pre-built integrations across major third-party solutions, You can now put all of this to work in your existing infrastructure. You can start building your ADE foundation today with our latest releases from Helix, and we'll continue to deliver innovations on this foundation as we bring more and more of ADE to life. With the introduction of the ADE Foundation, I'm also very excited to introduce a new addition to our BMC Helix portfolio.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Robbie, are you painting?
Sure am. What's up with you these days?
I'm trying to roll out some new applications, but too many of the workflows are broken. I'm in an email loop with Deb trying to fix things that's never ending.
You know, if you had BMC Helix Control M, your developers could build, test, and run workflows with jobs as code. My only emails these days are announcing application go-lives.
Great. I gotta go, Robbie.
Isn't it time to eliminate the chaos and elevate your IT?
BMC Helix Control M is a new SaaS offering that supports automation everywhere. From automation everywhere to enterprise DevOps and data-driven business, customers are using Control M to drive their ADE journey today. And now with Helix Control M, you can automate and orchestrate your entire technology landscape regardless of where it resides. We are leading the market with this solution and have partnered with AWS to host our SaaS offering. We are thrilled about what this will enable for each of your businesses in your journey to become an ADE. All these new innovations are coming on top of an extensive set of new products that we've introduced over the last couple of years. We have invested in revolutionizing the mainframe industry with the introduction of BMC Automated Mainframe Intelligence, or AMI, with AI Ops and several strategic acquisitions like CompuWare to modernize application development. In 2018, we introduced BMC Helix to bring together IT and OT to support growing business needs. BMC Helix was once again named a leader in the Gartner ITSM Magic Quadrant for the 7th year in a row, demonstrating our strengths and ability to continue to innovate in this space. We've also been recognized by EMA, who've ranked BMC at the very top of their most recent AI Ops Radar. We are very pleased and honored by this industry analyst recognition, but there is no better validation for our technology and products than hearing from you, our valued customers and partners.
The autonomous digital enterprise is key for every IT organization. And we at SAP, we are delivering and running the intelligent enterprise as well. We deliver holistic turnkey solutions for business success. When I look forward over the next 5 to 7 years, there are different trends and topics on the radar, especially for us as an IT organization, but also for SAP as a whole. So I think the intelligent workplace gets even more importance, especially now coming out of that situation of the pandemic with that new normal, with having much more remote work than in the past. Having an intelligent workplace to collaborate with your customers, with your partners, with your teammates will be key. On the other hand side, there will be definitely a focus on a data-driven enterprise. Data analytics, data management, and predictive analytics will be much more important, especially when we see that so much data can be found around the globe and that so much is measured and taken into account. Thirdly, I think the DevSecOps will get a much more importance as well. Security, cybersecurity has tremendously increased, and cyber criminals has tremendously increased over the last 6 months. And on the other hand side, companies will be always asked to be able to react on that accordingly. So having a DevSecOps model in place will be important for every IT organization. And in that regard, it is important to have IT security as one aspect delivered. We are using the BMC technology to find every asset around the globe and to holistically manage our assets accordingly. There is also the more investments on the AI, on automation and robotics side foreseen. We will have the focus on getting repeatable, high-frequency tasks towards an automated process so that we can free up our own resources to do higher value tasks. And for sure, it would help us also to minimize any human errors in the interaction and to come to a really high quality of data, which are filling the data-driven enterprise at the end as well. And finally, having a cloud-native architecture will be the fifth trend, which we foresee for the next coming years.
I am inspired by how global organizations from different industries are using technology to reinvent their business and break away from their competition. With all that technology enables today and the promise it holds for tomorrow, I think we can all agree it's an exciting time to be part of the technology revolution. There is an immense opportunity for all of us to become an autonomous digital enterprise. Enjoy the event, explore the sessions, and don't forget to join us tomorrow morning for yoga and for an interesting conversation with a guest speaker you don't want to miss, Coach Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors. But before I conclude, I want to leave you with one question. How are you bringing your A game?
The highest level of play or performance requires agility, speed, skill, and thinking 3 steps ahead. This is the A game. Welcome. The A game is a place where intuition and smarts are inherent, where systems learn from you and study market shifts to become intelligent, where employees and customers alike have better experiences that work seamlessly, where automation is paramount, yet effortless, when technology and people are one in an enterprise. The A game is business at its best. We call this the Autonomous Digital Enterprise from BMC.